Welcome to all. Today we will discuss about Introduction to Advertising Part 2. Previous lecture we discussed about the definitions, features, elements and objective. In Part 2 we will discuss about the various functions of communication, types of communication and various channels of advertising. It means several medium of advertising. So let's start. Today we will discuss about Introduction to Advertising Part 2, whereby we will discuss types of advertising, functions of advertising and advertising media. Now let's start with types of advertising. Broadly speaking, advertising can be classified into two broad categories, that is, product advertising and institutional advertising. Now coming to product advertising. Now it has been divided into two parts. The first is direct action advertising. Direct action advertising are those advertisements which makes buyer to take action immediately. For example, reduction in price during clearance of sale. Suppose Big Bazaar we are doing, or any Spencer, those who give 50% off, 60% off, or maybe seasonal sales. Suppose we are giving monsoon sales, summer sales, winter sales, these kind of direct action advertisement. The next is indirect action advertisement. Now indirect action advertisement is done to stimulate demand over a period of time and increase buyers' respect towards manufacturer's brand. Such advertising is a form of long range promotion and is designed to create desires in the buyer's mind, such as Raymond's, like a complete man. It took like years and decades to establish a mindset of the buyer and the consumer. It may be any kind of, suppose Borolene, Boro Plus antiseptic cream. Now these are they create the advertisement in according to make a grip, so that indirectly somewhere we can get the credibility of that particular product. Product advertisement on the basis of demand may be subdivided into pioneer demand advertising and elective demand advertising. Pioneer demand advertising. Now in pioneer demand advertising is used when a product is first introduced in the market. The main aim of such advertising is to inform about what the product is, what it does, how it used and from where it can be purchased. For example, advertising a motor car, electronic item for the first time. Suppose we are launching our Note 11 series, Note 10 series, a new Apple mobile, a new kind of Motorola mobile, or any kind of Android, iPhone, laptops, new car, new range of luxurious cars. So it gives you an idea what it does. Any kind of new approach of cream it is coming, or a new launch of a product. In this kind of advertisement, normally the advertiser give you the more of information about the particular product. The next is selective advertising. Selective advertising is made to meet the selective demand for a particular brand or type of product, like Ayurvedic products such as toothpaste, shampoo or cream. It is also known as competitive advertising, as it points out features and advantages that a consumer get by using it and that may not be available in competing brand. It may not, we cannot, maybe the consumer may not get in the chemical or related product or anything which is fancy or branded. Rather than they would really choose anything which is Ayurvedic, and the products are too much natural, organic. So this may be a competitive ad, and you may get this kind of benefit only in the particular brand. It was earlier into pioneer demand advertising, then selective advertising, but in product advertising, it can be also divided on the basis of product life cycle stage. It can be informative, persuasive, and reminder advertising. Now we will start with informative advertising. Informative advertising is that advertising which is done for the promotion of the products. It seeks to develop initial demand for a product. These advertising ads are such that they appeals to the consumer's emotion as well as their rational motives. These are used at the introduction stage of the product cycle. Persuasive product advertising is done at growth and maturity stage in the product cycle. These advertisements aim at providing competitive advantage over the rival product. Now, in any product or any services based on three stages. Sometime it is in the very introduction stage or initial stage, then it is in a growth stage, and it is in the maturity stage. Now we need to understand, when it is in a growth state, more the product has to give more of the informations, so that consumer must get what is the product is all about. But and the persuasive stage is that when a customer or a consumer knows about the information about the particular product, then the advertiser starts persuading and influence the buyer that how you will buy this product. So persuasive product advertisement means to perceive, to influence the buyer how about the product and to make them a potential buyer. Now next is reminder product. Now reminder product happens in the stage of maturity of the particular product. Now reminder product advertising aims at reminding the prospect about features and benefits of the products. It is generally used at the maturity as well as in decline phase of the product life cycle. It is also known as retentive advertising. Suppose there is a brand, if there is a brand, it's going on through maybe years and years. When it came for the first time, the advertisers gave or used to give informative ads, then they started pursuing. Now after establishment of that particular product, now the advertiser give the consumer about that, they recall them or remind about that product constantly. Suppose Colgate is a way back, is a very old brand, but now every time we look at Colgate in a different way, because it is a reminder that we still exist and we are here. You take any kind of ad, suppose Vico turmeric, Vico, this is a product, and we can see that how it is now reminding us, giving a new package as something to buy that particular product. Now first it was product advertising. Now the next is the institutional advertising. Institutional advertising is marketing and promoting a company, corporate, firm, or institution rather than its product or service. The main objective of institutional advertising is to build a positive image and to generate goodwill about a particular industry rather than promote sales only. The channels used for institutional advertising may be radio, television, print, and digital. One prominent example of institutional advertising is the ads showing the harmful effects of smoking, as by IDEA targeting corruption, by ITC donating 1 rupee on each classmate notebook sold in the villages. Suppose any sanitary pad, if we are selling or giving, that 1 rupee will go to the unprivileged girls, or any cause, any idea that promotes, and these are the institutional ads. The next very important part is functions of advertising. For many firms, advertising is dominant element of their promotion mix. Now promotion mix altogether a different category. Now we will discuss in the next chapter. Now it is particularly true in the case of producers producing convenience good like detergent, toilet soap, soft drinks, etc. However, in recent times, the use of advertising is continuously increasing in the case of shopping and especially goods too. As we see, the case of automobiles, home appliances, electronic item, etc. Advertising generally performs the following functions. Now we need to very much keep in mind that what are these kind of functions. Now the first is promotion of the firm's goods and services and thereby increase sales or of the firm. Next, creating awareness in the potential buyer about the new product. Now next, creating a favorable public image and thereby brand image in the market. Now, in the chronological order, function of advertising is to first to promote any goods and services, then creating a kind of awareness about the particular and the importance and the potential to the buyer to show it. The next is creating a favorable image and thereby create a goodwill in the market of a particular product or a service. It may be banking, it may be any kind of product. Now the fourth one is mass production facilities and thereby optimum utilization of resources of the firm. Fifth, providing supportive roles to the other promotional measures. Now, sixth, advertising can also be used to convince the potential buyers that firms' goods and services are superior to that of competitors' goods or services in terms of quality, quantity, or price. Now, the aim of a particular advertising or any advertising always is to clarify that these product or services are better in terms of quality wise, quantity wise and price wise if you compare with your other and the same competitors. Now we will talk about the media of advertising. We show loads of advertising. We are discussing about the advertising. We are discussing about the functions of advertising. Now we will select that what are the media that we use, means the channels that we are using to showcase, to understand, to project the advertising. For that we need particular channels. Now I'm discussing about the media of advertising, which kind of channel or media we use during showing our advertising. Now first we'll discuss about mural advertising. Now mural or outdoor advertising has long life. It has a general and a wide appeal. It can attract attention of a large section of population. An advertiser can ample scope to use skill and art in the advertising. In the image we can see that the big hoarding is there. It's so colorful, it's so wide. We can see this even the platform in the airport or a big tea point. So that big mural can give you the vastness. It has written something very attractive with a message that we can understand. These are the mural and outdoor advertising. Now second is very important, that is press advertising. The newspaper have a general and a wide appeal. Repeat advertising is possible. Periodical change in the size and content is also easy. Newspaper offer promotional assistance. They are the best source of market information. However, newspapers have short span of life. We cannot have colored and attractive advertisement, but in nowadays we are also using colored advertising. Waste in advertising is considerable. Literacy affects its utility. More than in print newspaper or in a newspaper or in a magazine, we use this kind of advertising. This is more of in text basis, is more of in a color. press advertising such as newspaper, magazine, any kind of the grand opening or advertising daily or classified who can read, they can definitely as a even for a media that we can use it. Next is film advertising. As the picture shows, film advertising, it has a wide appeal. It can overcome language barriers. Audiovisual techniques has maximum impact on audience. Sound and sight both are employed for communicating the message. And the very important part is that radio advertising. Radio has the shortest close times. Radio uses only an audio signal. Announcement can be made over very quickly. It can secure dealer support, has a very wide appeal and suitable even the illiterate people, whereas in print media it is not very much apt for the illiterate people. One has to know how to read the text, but here in radio anyone can listen to it and repeat messages quite common. So this is a radio. Normally usually we record in a particular studio and we modulate our voice, any kind of jingle, any sort of product in a very attractive way, so that we can listen to it while driving, while walking, or while doing another stuff. So radio is another kind of a channel that we use in advertising. The next is television advertising. Now television uses both video and audio signals. Television has all advantages of radio, namely sound and explanation, plus the additional advertisement of sight. It can appeal through ear as well as eyes. Products can be demonstrated with explanation. Television reaches the audience almost like personal face-to-face contact. To the extent it is just like personal salesmanship. Now we can see any kind of advertising, that suppose a Pizza Hut ad and Domino's, KFC. Now these are the very attractive thing that we can showcase in the television, and buyers and potential customer, they are very, any promotion of a film, any kind of a serial, any kind of anything which is attractive about a cream or beautiful girl or a boy or any kind of television, it gives you a very immediately people they grab it. The next is transit advertising. It consists of car card advertising, which is located within buses, subways, railways, outside display which appears in front of sides or back of the bus or other public transport at the transportation terminals. It is the lowest cost media while going in a road or a highway or a railways or through bus in the metro. We commonly see these kind of as any bus, any metro, any transit, any in midway or any kind of a T point. We usually do that. Fine. The next is direct mail. Direct mail is any advertising sent by emails, including sales letter, folders, pamphlet, booklets, catalogs, and other kind of thing. Direct mail is the most personal and selective media. It reaches only the desired prospects. It has a minimum waste of circulation. Yes, when we do a direct email to customer to customer, consumer to consumer, or we just do the pamphlets, folders, letters, booklets, and a kind of magazine, newsletter, news magazine, or any kind of brochures, any kind of handy, any kind of a leaflet through newspaper, through normal post. Now these are the direct mail, so that we can connect one to one. Now these are the another introduction to advertising, where we discuss all kind of channels or the media of advertising.